Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Cash Ross for Just Cash Ross Way. Like I said, we have rebranded, okay? So I'm going to be giving you guys the tips you need to consider before coming to the UK. You need to consider before applying to study here in the UK. If you have been following me on my Instagram page or my YouTube page, you know that I recently relocated to the UK for my master's program. And here are most of the tips I put into consideration before coming to this country. Now, the number one thing on my list is for you to decide on the university or on the college you're going to be studying. UK has different universities ranking among the tops, and it will be so confusing for you to choose and decide on the school you want to go to. So you have to first of all do your research on which school I want to apply. Which of the schools in the UK best interest me? Are they really accepting foreigners? Are they really okay with foreigners? Is this school that I'm about to apply to, are they going to be good? Are they going to give me the qualification I'm here for? Are they going to give me the kind of knowledge I actually seek for? Are they going to help me in my research if you're coming in for master's program? So you have to decide on this. Also, you have to decide on the course you're going to be going for. Which of the course do you want to go for? Are you switching from your BSc, the course you did during your HND or your BSc? Do you want to switch to another course? There are some schools that wouldn't want you to switch from the field you were before to another field. There are most of them that actually accept, but a lot of them don't accept. They will ask you, or they will probably demand for you to give them a very solid reason why you want to switch from the course you did back home to a new course during your master's program. You have to decide on why you're choosing that school. Is it foreigner friendly? You also need to decide if the school is accepting the course you're going for or if they are offering the course. That's the number one thing you need to put into consideration before coming to the UK. Now, the number two on my list will be for you to register and apply. Yes, you have figured out the school you want to go to. You have figured out the course you want to study when you get to this school. You have figured out, oh, this school is actually foreigners friendly and they are going to accept me, and they don't really deny students study visas. Since you have put that in place, the next thing that should definitely be on your list is for you to start your registration. Go for it. Start registering. You don't need to focus on just one school. You can spread your nets, spread it very wide. You can catch a lot of fishes, okay? You can apply to different schools. The fact that you decide on all this doesn't mean just one school is going to have these attributes, right? So you have to spread your net. You have to spread it to different schools. Start your application. Submit all your documents. Get your documents ready and make sure you're submitting them as expected, the way it has been listed down. When you go on the internet, you know most of the schools actually have most of the things you need to submit to them. You need to submit online for them to accept you. Now, when I was doing my application, I applied in different schools. I was just spreading my net in different various schools that I can actually figure out. Another thing you need to think about is, are they accepting your qualification? If you have HND, there are lots of schools that accept HND certificates, and if you have BSc, there are a lot of schools. Let's just say over 90% of schools accepts BSc. Now, when it comes to HND, it's likely like, let's just say 50 or 40% of schools accept HND. If you want me to list out the schools that accept HND in my next video, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be listing them out for you. If you're done applying, always check online to see if you have been accepted or not. There are some schools that will come with conditional and unconditional offer, like my school, University of Lincoln. Now, this is the first time I think I'm putting it out here. I got admitted in University of Lincoln here in England. Since you're done with your application, since you're finished submitting your stuff, you have to always consistently check online to see if you have been accepted or not. There are various schools and various patterns. There are some schools that actually give conditional and unconditional offers. The first offer that will come first is probably your conditional offer. Like mine, my school came with conditional offer. They asked me to submit some other documents which I did not include when I was submitting the first one. So I was given a conditional offer for me to submit the remaining documents before I get accepted. And after I submitted the document that was asked of me, I was given an unconditional offer. So different schools with different patterns, different schools with different ways of how they offer admissions to students. You have to consistently check your email to see if you have a notification from the school you applied for. So if you have been given the unconditional offer, congratulations. The next step for you to do is to accept your offer and proceed to the next step. The next step, which is start arranging your funding. I cannot even underemphasize, okay? I cannot just stop emphasizing on the part of funding. You have to arrange your money. Like traveling abroad or relocating to any country, not just UK, traveling abroad demands you to have lots and lots of funding in your account. Your account needs to be dancing in the Lord, okay? Your account needs to be bouncing in the living God. So you have to start arranging your funding. You need your funding for your POF, which is your proof of fund. Most people can do it in
tricky or different way.
If you want me to talk about that on my next video about your POF, please do let me know. I'll also drop that tip on another video for you guys. So you have to start arranging your fund for your POF, for your school fee. There are some schools that actually get there are some schools that take almost all the schools here in the UK, not just some, almost all the schools here in the UK get to collect their deposit. You need to make some deposit before they allow you to come in. My school had a deposit of £5,000, which I had to make before I was granted my CAS. So there are some schools that have different schools with different amounts. Before, my school was actually collecting £3,000 for deposit before you were granted your CAS, but after some time they decided to increase it to £5,000 before you are granted your CAS. There are a lot of schools that have different prices. So if you're lucky, you might get a school that is collecting £3,000. Some schools collect £4,000, ranging down to £10,000. So depends on school that offered you admission. That's why I said before you get to this stage, you have to do your research and find out about the school, find out more information about the school. Is it foreigner friendly? How much you need to pay before you're giving your CAS. So these are the things you need to like verify. These are the things you need to find out before you start your application, right? So now on the part of arranging your funding, you need to prepare your mind on the amount you're going to use in most of this stuff. You have the amount for your CAS, the amount for your POF, the amount for your IHS, the amount for your tuberculosis test. Most of all these things will definitely cost you money. So you have to like prepare your funding, prepare the amount. Go online, do some research. If you want me to make a video regarding that as well, please do let me know. I'll also drop the video for you guys. Do your research if you have the time. Get to find out the total amount that you might likely spend before you get into this country. So you have to put your money in place, okay? Because it is really, really needed. So now after your funding has been arranged and you know that financially you are already okay, like your funding has been well arranged and prepared for your traveling, the next thing you need to do is to apply for visa. Yes, this is the stage you need to apply for visa, right? You've done your tuberculosis, you've done your POF, you've submitted your application, you've been given your CAS. Now it's time for you to apply for your visa. You go online and you check most of the things that you're supposed to submit before applying for visa. The same way you apply for just you alone is different from the way you apply with a dependent. With a dependent, you need some other vital informations which they will also list in the system for you, which they will also ask you. Just a form that you get to fill. They are going to be asking you most of the things you need to drop, some documents you need to submit to them. If you're coming in with a dependent, your marriage certificate, this part will be done by your dependent. But for you as a student, you need to submit your CAS, you need to submit your admission letter, you need to submit your tuberculosis test, and a lot of things that will be listed down for you when you're applying for your visa. Okay, so the next step is for you to start preparing for your stay. Yes, once you've gotten your visa, once you've gotten your offer, the next thing for you to start doing is to prepare for your stay. You have to prepare on the flight you're going to book. You have to know about the cost price, how much it's going to cost you to book the flight, which airline are you going to be making use of, how many stops do they have, how much does it cost you, KG size, things you need to get on board with. Prepare for the accommodation you're going to stay once you arrive in the UK. I was supposed to stay in the student hostel when I arrived, but because I arrived early, the school were not able to like allow me to get access to the school. So these are the things you need to plan ahead. The next thing I had to do was to get a short let in another location. So I was already prepared ahead in case the school does not allow me to move into my accommodation at this time, where else will I stay? So these are the things I put into consideration before coming to the UK. So once I was disappointed by the school, I had to move into another short let, which I have already booked ahead. So you have to plan on that. You have to plan on where to stay, the flights to book, and you also have to plan on the things you need to bring. You need to come in with some foodstuffs, most of the things you're going to be eating before you get familiar with the environment you just stepped into. So yeah, these are most of the tips you need to consider before applying to study here in the UK. I hope this tips was helpful. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please do not forget to hit on that big bell button that says subscribe. Join this amazing family. Stay tuned for more episodes like this. And if you want me to talk about anything which I don't know about yet, please let me know down in the comment section. I'll be coming up with more tips and more advice for you guys, and also about my experience so far living here in the UK. I'm going to be posting that as well. So please join this beautiful family with amazing energy, and I'll get to see you guys next on my other videos. Until next time, bye guys. I got admitted into the University of Lincoln for my master's program. I'll share with you very soon reasons you should consider the University of Lincoln when applying to study abroad. But for now, let's talk about the Great Cathedral in Lincoln City. Consecrated in the 11th century, Lincoln Cathedral has welcomed people through its doors for over 915 years. Lincoln Cathedral is one of the great cathedrals of the world, attracting visitors of all ages and nationalities. I decided to visit this place with Tenny. Tenny was born and grew up in the United Kingdom, and she was an amazing tour guide, taking me around Lincoln City. Because it's a place of worship and pilgrimage, I decided to ask God for some things, which I know has already been answered by the grace of God. Some movies that has been filmed in Lincoln Cathedral are The King Part 1 219, The Da Vinci Code 2006, The Young Victoria 219, Lease of Life 1954, and many more movies. I and Tenny had lots of fun touring this place, and it was a beautiful scene, as you guys can see. Would you like to visit here too? Would you like to study in University of Lincoln? Let me know down in the comment box. Thanks, and remember to follow this page for more juicy content like this. And also, please don't forget to share out this content. Bye, guys.